Good afternoon and welcome to this weekend's edition of Mocs News. I'm Andy Jungels.
And I'm Bria Craig. This is the first year UTC has been involved with the Stand for Freedom and National Anti-Slavery Movement. This movement allowed students to raise awareness and to speak for those who can't by standing for 27 hours for the 27 million people still enslaved. There are 161 countries affected by human trafficking. Some students stood for as long as they could, or some just an hour.
Well, I don't have class today, so I'm going to stand as long as I can. So, to me, I just want to feel like I'm doing something instead of just, posting about it on Facebook or doing something like that. I want to feel like I'm doing something to raise awareness. And so, to me, in 30 years, when I look back and see that the slavery was abolished, I want to be able to say I had a part in that.
Bringing awareness to the issue was important to the first-time participants.
I just wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself, and then also I just want to have kids later on in life. I just want to be able to tell them if they ask why didn't you do something, or how was this abolished, that I can say this is what we did, and that it was eventually abolished.
Students can sign a petition to make the government more aware that slavery still exists. The collected signatures will be sent to the president so he can further talks of abolishing slavery.
Progressive Student Alliance and the United Campus Workers delivered a letter to university administrators asking them for living wages for all campus employees March 6th.
And who struggle with sometimes having 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet. Some folks have to use government assistance just to get by. And our state institutions should pay a living wage. We have an obligation to do that, I think.
They believe in giving workers a living wage. Living wage allows a family to live comfortably, paying for all bills, achieving adequate health care, and acquiring needed transportation.
I would say every single student on campus is affected by wage disparity because, for instance, with adjunct workers that are forced to work multiple jobs or just have a lot of classes, it's really overwhelming for them, and you can tell when you talk to them, we'll try to invite them out to an event we have, and they'll just be like, no, I can't. I have way too much work to do. So, they're really stressed out all the time, and their working conditions are our learning conditions. So, every single student on campus is affected by that.
This would affect all campus workers, including the custodial staff, adjunct professors, police officers, and anyone who is employed by the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga.
There are students on campus who also believe that workers should be paid a minimum wage, and we got that from them. So, yeah. You want to add to it?
Yeah, I think really what this was just the first action in, an ongoing campaign that we're going to have. So I think that today's action was really just to kickstart that conversation about living wage and stuff.
This idea is not confined to UTC's campus. UT at Memphis took a bill to their chancellor this week as well.
Campuses across the state have been doing living wage campaigns for years, trying to get this passed on a statewide level to ensure that we have living wages. So it's something we've been thinking about doing on this campus for a while, and have been just doing the groundwork and doing the research to launch a campaign here locally.
For more information on this story, visit the Echo. Progressive Student Alliance meets every Monday night at 8 p.m. in the Fortwood Room in the UC.
SGA had a week of tongue twisters and misinterpretations, but once everything was clarified, the meeting was productive. They allocated $1,500 to the Charles M. Reynolds Leadership Scholarship and the Richard E. McDougall Leadership Scholarship. $5,000 went to sponsor the leadership banquet. $400 went to sponsor 2 speakers coming in March. $1,000 was allocated to food and inflatables for SGA Week. Roughly $600 went to reimburse organizations for travel and supplies. Chattanooga Clippers Couponing Club is now recognized as an official organization. SGA has roughly $50,000 in their operating budget for the semester. If you would like to attend an SGA meeting, they meet every Tuesday in the Raccoon Mountain Room in the UC at 3:05 p.m. Anyone is welcome to come.
Here at UTC, Comm Week challenges communication students and gives them a chance to raise the bar to take charge of what they want to do in the future. Comm Week is a week-long event that primarily caters to communication majors or anyone interested in communication-related ventures. Events this year included Wedding Wars, where public relations students present wedding packages to acting couples of different backgrounds, an open house at the Student Media Center in which students have a chance to visit the student media outlets, and the 14th annual Pizza with the Pros, an event that allows students to sit down over a plate of pizza with professionals in the communication field who are also alumni to the communication department at the university. The Perch, UTC's online radio station, was in heavy rotation all week this week, with DJs interviewing an array of figures from Chuck Cantrell to Rabbit Zilke, a news reporter from the National Public Radio affiliated station WUTC.
Gangs and crime are a problem for Chattanooga, but one local rapper is trying to stop the violence throughout his organization, City Without Tears. This organization was founded by Michael Kelly a year and a half ago, and now consists of a documentary, music video, a 6-song EP album, and a poem.
I want to bring awareness of the numbness of the violence and injustice that's been going on in the community, and how people need to self-reflect, because actually the song and the project came from me actually self-reflecting and seeing what I could do, because I knew a lot of things was going on, and I didn't want to be one of those persons who was saying this is what you should do, or just being someone who talked. So what I had to do, I had to self-reflect and be like, man, how does doing better look for me? And so since I'm an artist, music is so powerful, so I figured this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I do, and the words just came out, and that was the birth of the City Without Tears.
He wants this to be on the biggest scale possible, raising $20,000 to give back to the community to stop the violence. Kelly wants to take City Without Tears into the community to meet people and to change the statistics to stop the crime.
What drives me is the shape of the community, you know what I'm saying? And myself, my own insecurities and ways that I have to do better, because I'm not where I want to be as an individual.
Kelly began City Without Tears when he saw loved ones in his life disappear because of violence in the city. It hit close to home for Kelly, and now he has found inspiration in the midst of danger.
It's about your own journey, and you finding yourself and what you put on this earth to do, finding your purpose. So, and you have to, that's a journey through ups and downs, and it's hard sometimes, but I feel like that's what inspires me. So my music is real personal, so it's through my ups and through my downs, but I know that I was put on this earth for a reason, and I'm gonna find purpose, and I want to live it out.
Everything is like a affection. If you don't do something, it's gonna get bigger and bigger, and why be reactive when we can be more proactive in whatever we do? So I think that's the main thing that one of the things that we're trying to put out in the forefront. Let's be more proactive in whatever we do. So
if you like to donate to City Without Tears, you can visit Kickstarter.com and search City Without Tears. For more information, you can email bdotkelly@gmail.com.
Alexandria researches social media safety with Chit-Chatt coming up next.
Andy takes a look into the university's demographics with University Health Beat.
Hi, I'm Alexandria Adams. This week on Chit-Chat, I covered the good, the bad, and the great things about social media. Make sure to tune in next time after spring break when I have an all-new Chit-Chat for you. Until then, have a wonderful spring break and stay safe.
This week on University Health Beat, we discussed the reasons why there's high chairs in the UC. We learned about the changing demographics of the university students. The Washington Post says 40% of students fit the non-traditional student description, and that number is rising. Next time on University Health Beat, we'll discuss the affliction of eating disorders. The National Institute of Mental Health says anorexia has a higher mortality rate than any other cause of death among females between the ages of 15 and 24. We'll discuss who's affected, why, and signs you should look out for if you have a loved one or friend who's fighting this.
That does it for this weekend's Mocs News. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to check out videos uploaded throughout the week to YouTube.
We are on Housing Channel 98 and Cable Channel 3, so tune in. Until next time, have a great spring break from all of us here at Mocs News.